Hey everybody, today we're gonna be talking about how all hunters be rednecks. See, the antis like to say that hunters ain't nothing but a bunch of rednecks and we just drink a bunch of beer and go sit in the woods shooting at deer. And we always hurt all these people and we're just a bunch of dumb drunk rednecks. So I decided today I would dress up in my real clothes and be me and the way I really am and show the antis that we are a bunch of dumb rednecks and we are a bunch of drunks. I just can't believe they are right, I gotta tell you. It's incredible how smart these people are. What I find really funny is, you ever watch that guy on Larry the Cable Guy? He always talks about, you know, you might be a redneck if, yeah, this guy, he's got a lot of you might be a rednecks. Sorry, I got spit and drink and smoke and what we rednecks do. But he's got a lot of these, you might be a redneck if this and that and blah, blah, blah. Probably hundreds of them, if not thousands of these jokes. And what I find really funny is all the antis are, yeah, I'm going to say all you antis have one of these familiar traits that this guy says. I guarantee you, you watch his video, you might be a redneck. Now come on boys, let's go get drunk and shoot something. Alright folks, on a serious note, well first of all, let me start off by saying I'm sorry to all the people that do like the videos. These may start coming more sporadically and not continuously Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, or whatever as they were supposed to. Steve's back to work, I'm back to work. He works days, I work nights, so it's kind of hard for me to get over here and get in front of the green screen and do the videos and him do them and get everything edited and cut and put together right. So they might just start coming more sporadically whenever we get a chance to do it. So bear with us. We'll get them as fast as we can and as quick as we can. But now to the serious note. Who in the world gave the antis the right to judge who's a redneck or not? I mean, how do they get the permission to make this decision? If I classify somebody as a redneck, you might not think they're a redneck. What you think's a redneck, I might not think is a redneck. So how are they the ones to call and tell everybody we're just a bunch of dumb rednecks? They have no right to call somebody whatever they want to call them because of the profile that we supposedly have. I know a lot of successful businessmen who are hunters. My uncle, for example, he's on the Fast Track 50 of Ohio for like 7 years in a row. One of the fastest growing companies. You know, he's businessman. He's one of the most calm, relaxed, non-redneck guys and city folks you'll ever meet. You can't just blurt out what you want to blurt out and judge people before you even know somebody. What I have here is the actual definition of a redneck. An uneducated white farmer laborer, especially from the South, is one. A bigot, reactionary, especially from rural working class. So you're telling me all hunters are uneducated farmers? No. I've done construction, machining, carpentry. I've been a laborer, you know, custodial work. I've done all kinds of work and never farming. I've graduated high school. I don't particularly like school, so I'm not going to go to college. It's the type of work I like is more of a hands-on construction or machining type, which you could use college for, but you don't really need it to get a good job as a laborer or something. So I'm not going to go to college, but that doesn't make me uneducated. I graduated high school. Everybody I know graduated high school. They're all, a lot of hunters I know have went to college and been very successful in life. They're dumb rednecks. Another thing is, everybody has a few beers now and then. If I go out, or you know, I drink a few beers, and I go to somebody's get together and I have a few beers, and I wake up the next morning, I'm not going hunting. The night before, I don't like going, because you get tired and your tree stand, you take chances of falling out. I always wear my safety harness, but you know, anything can happen, and I'm not going to take the chances of anything happening, and I'm definitely not going to drink while I'm hunting. That's not to say people don't do this, because I know there is hunters out there that do go get drunk and go out in the woods. Unfortunately, they make a bad name for everybody, but the very large majority of your hunters are not going to go get drunk and go walking through the woods. The majority of your hunters aren't going to take beer into the woods with them. The majority of your hunters are going to take water to stay hydrated so they don't get exhausted. The majority of your hunters are going to take little snacks and stuff to keep in good shape, especially during gun season if you're doing a lot of walking around or something. So antis, until you know the hunter. Don't judge them and say, oh, they're a redneck and they're a hillbilly that drinks a bunch of beer and goes in the woods. You don't know us, so don't judge us. Until you come up and you shake my hand and you get to know me, do not call me a dumb redneck. Do not call me an idiot hillbilly that gets drunk and goes tramping through the woods. You don't know me enough to judge me whether I get drunk and go into the woods or not, because I don't. Only drink I take into the woods is either Gatorade or water 99% of the time. Occasionally some Pops, Mountain Dew or something. You want something that keeps you hydrated and healthy in the woods, not something that's going to bring you down and make you delirious. And I guarantee you, 80 to 90% of you antis have had a few beers and drove home from the bar. I guarantee you, almost all you antis have had a few beers at a party, went driving around to the next bar, or went to somebody else's house, or came home after you got drunk. Look how many hunting accidents there is in a year, and look how many drunk driving accidents there is in a year. You guys are very hypocritical here, because I know for a fact, almost all of you, because everybody's had a few beers and drove home. I know you'd be lying if you say you've never done it for 99% of the population. It's alright to go to your families for Christmas dinner, have a few drinks, and then go home. No, you're just being very hypocritical here, considering the fact that most of your hunters don't do it anyway. Get your facts straight. Quit making up lies. Everybody else, I'm going to have another page starting up here soon, hunting tips page. Tips for the amateurs and the rookies who are just getting into hunting, or even adults who, are just starting hunting, or anybody who's just starting hunting, even experienced people who, just want to tune in and see the advice of other people, get some tips and ideas, things that may work, they might work for you, they might not, I don't know, they work for me. It's, I'm going to try to get it going here pretty soon. I don't know exactly when, but I'll let you guys know what the page is for that. Thank you for tuning in. Please tune in next time. Please rate, comment, subscribe, leave me topics to go off of in the future. Check out the other videos in the More from Hunter Extreme 07.